Come on. All right. Yeah, got it. Good evening. I know I've been going a long time. I have a very good excuse. I've been working a lot, just doing a lot and trying to get everything done so that in the near future, I don't have to work so hard. I'm almost there. But the purpose of this video this evening is just to kind of give you a little summary of updates on what's going on with the property, the homestead, the Airbnb, the business, and the other little projects that I have going on. Again, this is a summary. I've already uploaded a few videos that had no narration on it because if you leave it up to me, if you wait for the narration on the video, it's just not going to happen because it takes me a long time. But I want to upload the video, at least get something up, and then talk about it later. And I'll work on my other ones where I'm talking as you see the images. You know, I told you last year I'm not good with technology. I'm good with a lot of things, but not technology. Um, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of that. It just is what it is. I'm getting better. Anyway, I miss you all. I miss posting, and I've just now recently come back to YouTube. I just now started listening to my favorite YouTubers, and there are actually a couple of YouTubers that I've always listened to, no matter what I'm doing. But I'm just kind of out of the loop on a lot of stuff. Anyway, um, let me tell you about what I've been doing. And I'll give you, like I said, a brief summary, and then I'll talk about one of the videos that I uploaded. So I have been managing my investment properties in the city of Atlanta, and I have been dealing with tenant issues. I have been working with my Airbnb, which I now have two semi-permanent, or should I say semi-long-term tenants in my Airbnb property. And I have been working with my tax business. I have a tax bookkeeping business. So that's kind of just a little overview of what I've been doing. Oh, and I also have some items that I've been working on. I can't remember if I told you all last year that, yeah, I did. I told you that I was working with a manufacturer in on Alibaba who has taken 50 of the pieces of this jewelry that I've found around the world on my travels, and they've been reproducing it for me in a quality that I like. That's a whole different video too because I've had some issues with that. I've been struggling with whether or not to like spend the money and make the effort to go back to the countries and get those pieces reproduced there or just have it mass produced for sale because when I go around when I wear my jewelry things like this people um, people want to see it. Now, this actually was a gift from one of my friends. I believe she got this from Ghana, if I remember correctly. I have to ask her. But I love this. I've had five different people ask about this and who have wanted this reproduced. And we can't find it here in the States. Anyway, I'll save that discussion for another video. So I've been doing just various things. I'm by myself doing it. It's a lot. Plus, I'm getting older, so my energy gets low at times, and then life gets in the way, and I have my family, my friends. So, I sometimes just don't have time to do everything. I have to weigh out what's more important, working and getting the things done, or talking about doing these things. And I decided that doing them was more important. But life is slowing down for me because I'm making it slow down. I'm making myself take time for family, take time for friends. I've been traveling. I've been working with my dad. I've actually been on a 7-week hiatus from work. I requested 7 weeks off from my job in order to work with my father on some important family projects. So we've been doing that, and that's been great. I have one more week left in my hiatus before I go back to work. And, being off has helped me put some things in perspective. You know, it's a good job. I don't want to tell you where I work. If I ever, should I say, when I leave my job, I will tell you where I used to work. But I don't want. How do I say this? I realize that there are things that are more important than getting a good paycheck, and I want my life to go in a different direction. So these last 6 weeks have been wonderful. I'm looking at my list, but my tongue is right. These last 6 weeks have been wonderful and helping me just slow down, just take time on my property, just sit in one place for a moment and just listen to the birds and go outside. I've gone outside on my back porch. Oh wow, when it was 32 degrees, I had a cup of coffee or cocoa or a hot tea, and I just sat with my scarf and my coat, and I just sat and just listened to nature, right, and meditate and pray, all of those things. And I've come to some conclusions about how I want my life to look and what it's going to take to make it look like that. And I've also come to some conclusions on what's important to me, what I want to put my energy in, what I want to listen to and feed myself. A lot of things are changing for the better, especially how I handle conflict. So it's been good. I feel very blessed to have a job that lets me take 7 weeks off. I know lots of jobs don't do that unless you're a professor or a teacher. You can't take off 7 weeks from your job to think or to help your family members work on projects for the family. You can't do that. So that's been a huge blessing, huge blessing for me. So, um, uh, for a brief summary with the property, I have been working on getting the Airbnb fully furnished, which it is now, and also working on the outside. I purchased a pool heater, and you saw there's a video that I posted up this week about that. I purchased a pool heater for year-round use of the pool. I purchased a actually no, actually my friend gave me a hot tub for free. I had to pay for the transportation and pay to have it fixed. I also had to pay to have power run to it. That was an ordeal, and that's a whole other video, which I'm going to really enjoy telling you all about. And what else have I been doing? Just looking for items to go outside to complete my outside spa. I'm going to have a heated pool, a hot tub, and a sauna, an outside sauna. So that project now is right now in the works. So lots of things have been going on. That's for the house part. Now for the other part, the planting, I've had I've just been working on like prepping my ground. Making sure that the grass is nice and winterized, as they say, so that when we plant I have a good environment to plant within. I have been planning out how I want my irrigation system to look. I never did end up planting last year because it was my first year and I had so many things to do and I just couldn't get it all done. And I just regretfully say, I got to put this down. I can't do it, but I will do it in 2019. And that's what's happening. I actually have some seeds growing right now as we speak in preparation for the last frost so I can put them in the ground. I have prepped my plots, and as I said, I'm planning out my irrigation system. Next week, my irrigation specialist is coming out to take his final measurements and give me the cost and what it will take for us to get a nice irrigation system in the ground. I'm going to help him to decrease the cost. I could do it myself. I've done this before, but I don't have time. And I've noticed that I can't be as Seth would say superwoman. I'm not superwoman. I can't I can't. I wish there was a time when I could just like wake up on 2 hours of sleep and just go do everything and not feel it. But I feel it now. Like my muscles and bones hurt, and I need rest. I need naps, all that stuff. Ugh, getting old. But I know how to delegate. I know how to ask for help. I know how to budget myself and ask people to help me to work on things. And the good thing about knowing how to do a lot of things is that when someone comes in with a quote or when someone tells me what they're going to do, I know what questions to ask to make sure it's done the way I want it done. So that's what's happening right now. That's a summary of what I've been dealing with the entire year and why you have not heard from me for 10 months. Because literally, my day has been get to work by 6:37, sometimes later, depending on the schedule. And I'm out of there between 3 and 5. Then I go work with my tax and bookkeeping business and my clients and the contractors that work for me. Then I work with whatever repairman is at my home. Like I can't picture a week in the last 9 to 10 months when there has not been somebody at my home either working for me or working with me to renovate or update or fix or repair something. The home I purchased is beautiful, but there, and we begin to live in it, you begin to see things that it needs. And again, this is a homestead. You don't purchase 9 acres because, just for giggles. You purchase it because you want to create a fortress for yourself. And for lack of a better word, I really want a self-contained home, right? And so, and I'll save that discussion for another video because I've done lots of good things or things in the works. And so, as I discuss those things, I'm going to show the video, the picture of what we're working on at the same time. That's going to happen throughout the week. So, let me actually, I'm going to leave this story for another video. So, I'm going to come back. This is 12 minutes long. I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the video that I posted up concerning the tenant damages. And then after that, tomorrow was for another video talking about some of the updates that have happened with the property. Okay, talk to you soon.